Hello, and 5 minutes after a Moffett's match or game, whatever, ended, set of 6 Dominion games, we have another game, the third one, I believe, from the Canada versus Poland section. Um, Let me see if this table actually updated, because this was, like I said, 5 minutes ago. They reported the results. Where is it? Group standings. It did update. Alright, cheers. So the current situation for Canada be just win like crazy. 6 matches left. They need to start climbing that table. And up next is Earl for Canada versus Eddetektor. No idea if that's the correct pronunciation, but there you have it. Poland will have first player in this first game. Some recognition. And they probably can't see because spectator chat would be off. I'll let them know after the game that I wish them good luck. Alright, so what do we have here? Big Kingdom. Let's make use of the tools that we have. Alright, so these are the cards we have. We have the Frog, Defiled Shrine for the points. Alright, now let's look at the players. I will go ahead and call Poland's player Ed. Very colonial of me, I know. But you know what? Elizabeth taught me well. Alright, so Ed opens with Bounty Hunter, and so does Earl. Probably looking for a recruiter on the next shuffle. Timing Defiled Shrine is always tricky. Varies from kingdom to kingdom, and there's no real guide. Nobody really wants to ever buy a curse. But anyways, it probably won't matter because there's Grand Market on the board and Bridge Troll. So you probably just let the Defiled Shrine rack up and say, you know what, I don't care. Alright, so we have Bounty Hunter, silver for both players. Let's see what that leads into here. I may have frozen over. And there's big draw in Envoy. Big draw. So, alright, so that's a Slay on 2. Yeah, Slay is fine. You gain 2 horses for that. The alternative there was the Squire to start building up Squire, Envoy, Grand Market. You don't even need the Squire, never mind. You buy Recruiter, that is where your actions come from. Yeah, leave Squire alone. Slay definitely better. So Slay for both players, Recruiter now. So there, Bounty Hunter missed the shuffles. That is an unhappy situation. And up to 6 here for Earl, so could think about Artisan instead of the Recruiter. Yeah, it does go for the Artisan. Bounty Hunter for Poland here gets the Artisan, but a turn late. This is our Recruiter top deck, obviously, and I imagine an Envoy. Here. Right, that's why you exiled the copper instead of the estate to get the money to buy a 4 cost. Which is the Envoy. Yes, Envoy, I like it. Seems strong. Seems powerful. Alright, so here's Ed's Recruiter, which fortune they were able to get despite their Bounty Hunter missing, so good for them. Trash in the estate. 3 is uncomfortable though. I say it's uncomfortable. You probably want 1 more silver for the Grand Markets. And then, Bridge Trolls will bring down the cost enough to start buying them. Another silver is probably fine here. Let's see what the alternative is. They could be thinking about Ducat to trash the copper as well. I don't really know about that. Or they could be thinking second Slay even. Horses are good cards. They could be thinking Curse because 9 points is a lot of points. Nope. Very good. Resist the temptation. Squire. Recruiter here not able to gain any villagers. Hopefully that doesn't mess up the Envoy in the next shuffle. Alright, and 6 is Bridge Troll. Alright, that's fair. I like it. Yeah, but Earl now draws... Oh no, the Recruiter is in the hand, just doesn't display properly. Haha. Alright, so I like Earl's build path here so far. Probably gain a second recruiter at some point, but I'm not sure if that is entirely necessary. Envoy draws a lot of cards. A lot of cards. You have Bridge Bounty Hunter putting aside stuff, Recruiter trashing things. So maybe you don't need to, but maybe you do. Bridge Troll and Recruiter doesn't really work out that well, you know. You got less villagers for the thing you trash, but it should still be fine in the end. I mean, there are always squires, you know, if there's unsatisfactory targets for your Recruiter. Alright, so Poland with the slave for a couple horses. Do they get Troll or Recruiter here on the 5? Okay, they get Recruiter. I think that's better for their deck than for Earl's, the second Recruiter that is. So here's Recruiter for Earl. Artisan can gain Recruiter. Yeah. I like it. I like what's happening here. Set aside, play Slay, probably. You could think about Squire. Yeah, okay, the Curse is fine too for their deck. Double Recruiter and Envoy and Bounty Hunter. Cleaning up. The Curse is fine there. Yeah, probably better than the Squire. You could just gain the Squire off the Artisan if you really want to. So, the Silver plus a Timely Bounty Hunter plus a Bridge Troll equals Grand Market. That's enough money without cop off a Grand Market. Right, that is what it is. Ed doesn't quite have that, but they have the Squire, they have a Silver, and they have a Bounty Hunter. So they could gain another Silver with the Squire potentially and get up to that 6. Here is 6. Speaking of 6, here is 6. And Frog mitigates your terminal collision as well, right? Yeah. Bridge Troll for Ed here. Nice. Lead Envoy. This is a great hand to have revealed with the Envoy. You're guaranteed a Recruiter. What do they skip here? Probably a Recruiter, yeah. Now this part is uncomfortable though, because you need villagers. Alright, so they probably won't play... Oh, the horse dies. Okay, so they play the Recruiter, kill the horse. Makes sense. And they could keep killing horses for some time. That's how you get Grand Market. My apologies, this is easier. One Bridge Troll and an Artisan. Alright. Looking good for Earl. Looking good for Earl. And now you just trash all the treasure out of your deck. Yeah, Earl is in great shape, I think. How did they get to be in great shape, though? They open the same way. They got Artisan on the first shuffle and Ed missed out on that. Plus, this Envoy is doing work. Draws a lot of cards. Alright, here's the Envoy for Ed. Nice. I like it. Keep fighting, keep staying afloat. Play the Envoy here. Easy call for Earl, just get rid of the silver instead of one of the other 4 coppers. It's a little bit unfortunate though to see all these coppers. Those 5 cards, probably 5 action cards. And another Envoy. Okay, great. I like it. The extra draw. So Recruiter here probably trashes the silver, yeah? Because you want actions. Here's an Envoy. Yeah, the actions is an issue, huh? I wonder if they think about trashing the Bounty Hunter here. Earl. To be able to play Grand Market, Slay, Artisan. They really want to play Grand Market, Artisan. Okay, exiles the copper. Recruiter trashes the blue card, the slay. So probably top decks our grand market here. Ooh, recruiter. Interesting. Plays all the coppers for another bridge troll. Do you get a squire? Yeah, you do go for the squire and replaces their slay. Alright, a couple squires and replacing their slay. Yeah, I mean, the actions were becoming problematic. And squire plus slay is still good. I mean, it still, I think, draws you cards. Net draws you cards anyway. Alright, so it looks like Ed will have a good turn here now. These two horses should bring good fortune. Look at this beautiful envoy. Beautiful envoy. Probably skip the envoy. Right? No, skips the artisan, but they'll just draw it back with the other envoy. Goes for slave first, then the envoy, right? Makes sense. Artisan gets skipped this time. Missing actions here is Ed as well. Has to choose between the Artisan and the bridge troll, and they would really like to play both. That's too bad. On the other hand, they have 3 horses waiting in the wings for next turn. So maybe they cut their losses here. Bounty hunter set aside bridge troll, buy a bridge troll or something. They could also think about the curse. Yeah, that's fine. Turn the horses into frogs. It's probably good to do that, to be honest. Ooh, silver. Okay, so what's the plan? What is the extra money for? Double troll? Double troll. Troll squire. I don't think they needed to discard, to exile the silver for that. But it's fine. It's fine. Recruiter to trash a squire. Yeah, to gain a bridge troll. Okay. Gains an envoy with the artisan. Plays the envoy. I imagine one of these recruiters will trash the other one. Really? I feel like that is what... Yeah, okay. Ooh, so many bridge trolls go into play here though. These are many bridge trolls. And I think you would play the slay as well. I think you just put all the bridge trolls in play. Oh. What? Frog. Okay, opting to put 2 into play. Bridge troll, bridge troll. Squire. Squire? No, squire curse. The second curse gainer isn't impactful, I think. Even if Ed takes it, you're still ahead in points. And actions is the real issue here with all this cost reduction. Alright. Ed, remember, top deck 3 horses. 3 horses. So, one of them gets trashed to be action food. Probably plays the envoy now. Yes, does play the envoy now. So I like what Earl is doing and trying to put down many bridge trolls. It is a bit, It's not as straightforward because squire as actions is not really what you want to use. But it'll work. It'll work. You know, you play your squires, you play your envoys, you play your bridge trolls, and you sit happily on that. Alright, so Ed had their envoy discarded there, which is good. Typically you cut out the draw once they can play on with the envoy, after the envoy. And now we need to start looking at piles. Earl has a few more buys and also way more points. So maybe they should start looking at the piles. Ed just needs to make sure they don't lose on any particular turn. Alright, the horse goes back. What is the play here? They want actions. Where can they get the actions from? What card must be trashed here? The easiest thing would have been a gold gainer here. Gain your gold, trash your gold. Get 3 or 4 actions, you know? That's all you really need, just 3 or 4. You don't need lots, just some, mostly for bridge trolls. Okay, so here's Recruiter to trash the squire. Gains a bridge troll and will net 1 villager. So there's no way they put many bridge trolls in play this turn. No way. So they probably use the frog at some point here. And then buy what though? Yeah. This probably feels a little bit underwhelming for Ed. They have the tools. They have 3 or 4 bridge trolls. Ooh, not even putting one into play here. Yeah, I would put one into play there. Getting squire. Oof. Ooh. Ugly. Ugly draw for Ed. That probably seals up the game. Of course, Earl doesn't know this is Ed's hand. So they will still play around them having a good turn. Squire for actions, envoy for cards. Great stuff. Yeah, great stuff. Now, is there a win? I don't think there is a win. Trolls are low, squires are low. But I don't think there's a win. 8 estates. They don't have 8 buys, right? Do they? They need more than 8 buys though. They need 8 and 1 9 and 3 12. Well, no, 1 less. You empty slays, squires and trolls. But still, even then, you don't have that much. Surely. Surely you don't have that much. There's that valuable squire. Oh, the squire gets trashed for a troll. Alright, Earl could put 3 trolls in play here if they want. Exiles a horse to gain money. What is the money for? Oh no, this troll is frog troll. And just puts 2 trolls in play. Okay, up to 10 here. Yeah, wants some number of grand markets, it seems. Can you not just buy 7 grand markets and win next turn? Is that losing? Is that a losing play? Earl is 14 points ahead. How is Ed catching up to that? There's no way. Okay, it looks like it'll be a combination of provinces and grand markets. Yeah. Which feels safer, you know, as a human. Of course, if you do the calculations, then that's a different story, but I am not sure I know the full potential, the upper bound of Ed's deck here. So 2 provinces, a grand market, an artisan, and a recruiter. Okay. They have a bad turn. Let's see if Earl has a good enough turn to end the game here. So they trash a province for the villagers. And this is enough. This is enough for a win. Alright. Alright. So nicely done by Earl there. Nicely done going after the trolls aggressively, and it ended up working out for them. Alright, so Earl now with their first player, game 2. Oh, I was gonna use Big Kingdom, but they started already. Ironmonger is the play from Earl. What is the obelisk pile? This paddock. Ooh, that's a good obelisk pile. Everybody wants paddocks. Everybody likes horses. Alright, so you have pathfinding, which is nice. It'll make one pile particularly powerful. You have platinum colonies, and you have ways to make your deck thin via Doctor or Ambassador. I imagine Earl pairs that Ironmonger with the Ambassador. Given the state of the kingdom, I think Ironmonger Ambassador is fine. So you do have to think about double Ambassador sometimes. But I think this is fine. Ironmonger Ambassador. You know? You don't have to get super thin, just not flooded. You stick your pathfinding on the Ironmongers, and then you clean up your deck. I think that's it. Alright, so Caravan Ambassador and second Ambassador for Ed here. Okay. So I prefer the Ironmonger to the Caravan. It goes through more cards than the Caravan, I think. Well, Caravan goes through the same number of cards. But Ironmonger can clean up the top of your deck. It can give you actions. Lots of benefits there. Okay, so they get an Ironmonger now, Ed. And Earl gets a second Ambassador. That's okay too. Ed's Ambassadors collide, unfortunately for them. I think you could have get away with a silver there instead of the Ambassador, but I understand the second Ambassador. That's fine, that's reasonable as well. Now I expect, though, to see some building from Earl's side. Oh, passes the estate back. What are you keeping the copper for? No, get rid of the copper. They won the sleigh, but is it worth it? I mean, it seems like their deck is a little bit bigger. These ambassadors collided. Earl has 2 of them. It looks treacherous for Ed. Oh, they don't want the slate, so why not return the copper then? Probably keeps this. Yeah, great. Earl is demonstrating what I think is good ambassador technique. Alright, so here's a good turn for Ed, right? 5, maybe 6? Yeah. So, let's see. Paddock spices. You could think about doctor as well, but I don't think they get the doctor. I think the call here is between paddock and spices. And that is part of the reason why I wasn't too afraid of ambassador on this board. There's a lot of draw on the board. Once you establish it with something like Pathfinder and Ironmonger, you're fine. Alright, so what does he call here? Paddock? These spices is a lot of money and it sets you up for the pathfinding. But it might be a little bit too early for the pathfinding for Ed with just the single Ironmonger. Is just maybe their thought process at this point. Paddock. Paddock gives you the horses, it gives you some silver. Goes for the doctor overpay, okay. And manages to get 2 cards trashed. Manages to get 2 cards trashed. Alright, so Earl hands off some copper. But now that might be too many copper. Yeah, it is too many copper. At least the estates get out of the deck here. And the sleigh is fine. The sleigh is very good. So Earl's deck is under control now. Now is the part where they rebuild, right? Now is the part where they rebuild. Doctor coming out for Ed, managing to nick a copper off. And with 5, oh, they get a 5 again. That is such an important price point here. Really. 5, they get an Ironmonger. Alright. Earl wants Ed to give him a copper. Please, just give me a copper. That'll get me up to 3. I can buy a silver. And it looks like it'll happen. Right? Yeah, okay. It has to happen now that the ambassador has been played. Ambassador played. Copper. Yeah. So I think that'll get Earl to 3. For a silver. Yeah, look at the difference in the deck sizes at this point. Ed did not use their 5-cost hands for any of the 5-cost cards. However, so there's little compensation. Okay, they chuck an ambassador back at Ed by a silver. Alright, so will they pick up a 5-cost card here now? Now they could think about the spices. Okay, they get the paddock. That's fine. And now you just start throwing junk into that deck. Another silver. And you hold 1 copper to keep chucking it at Ed, and it becomes very difficult for them to see their way here. A couple more turns of this and I think the game's completely done. It might even be done already. Earl could just do almost anything they want, and Ed has no counterplay. They have all the same cards, or most of the same cards as Earl, but their deck is huge in comparison. Their deck is huge in comparison. Alright, so What does he play here? The estate goes back, the horse gets kept in the deck. 6 is for a paddock. Yep. Shaping for pathfinding soon. There, I think Earl could have gone for spices. Maybe. The pathfinding completely closes out the game for Earl, is why. And then you get plus buy. So after you buy a pathfinder, you then can perhaps do Ironmonger Paddock. And honestly, you just keep buying Ironmonger Paddock. Paddocks is points. Paddocks is money. What a great card to build off of. Paddock. Look, 4 horses this turn. They're never stolen. They don't even need the pathfinder at this stage. I would like to see our spices though. I would like to see our spices. The plus buy will put them just... it'll save them time because it'll make Ed resign, I think. Once they start to see, okay, paddock, Ironmonger every turn and they're not doing anything. Look at this. This is great. This is perfect deck control. Slowly building up a giant stable of horses. Yeah, there's the spices now. So they are at 9 and 2 buys. Ironmonger Paddock. Don't even waste time with the pathfinding. You could stop for it because you're that far ahead, but you don't have to. And maybe even put the pathfinder on the paddocks. Who knows? Alright, 7 for Ed is what? Spices. See if they take the spices here and they're able to get the 8 to go up to pathfinding. That will help them out. They'll be able to catch up and have a reasonable deck in a few turns. So provided Ed does absolutely nothing, they'll catch up, but obviously that's not the case. Ambassador will return the estate now. So let's see if it's pathfinding or Ironmonger Paddock. It's Paddock and Ironmonger. Okay. Reasonable choices there. Reasonable choices. There's not much to say at this point. You know, there's not much to say. Ed is floundering in a deluge of copper and estates. The pathfinding is their way out, which they have here. Great. Okay, great for them. Finally, that's something. So Earl needs to be attentive here and keep seeking advantage. Keep building. So if you're nasty here, right? If you're nasty, you return the copper, you buy pathfinder and curse, and then start throwing curses into your opponent's deck. If you're so inclined. The second spices here is reasonable as well. You could also think about double Ironmonger just to, prevent your opponent from having too many of those, which they invested a whole pathfinding on. Console room paddock, okay. So the extra buy now comes from console room. Alright. So let's see Ed's progress here now that the pathfinding has been placed on the Ironmonger. I imagine now here this is another Ironmonger, right? It has to be. You can't give your opponent an opportunity to take all of the remainder. Alright, yep, so there's the Ironmonger. Good. I imagine Earl will take the last one, so that split will go 5-5 in that case. Alright, so here's the extra buy. Do they use it though? They don't need the draw. They need the buy more than anything else. It seems like they won't even use it. That's fine. That's fine. The draw could come into play later. It hints that they want to build more along the lines of spices and bank. Oh, they do play it, okay. So reveals the copper. Doesn't return the copper, keeps it to keep throwing that junk. Alright, 13, potentially 15, and some buys. 15 and do paddock spices. Oh no, right. You want the Ironmonger. Top decks it with the Slay even. Wow, very nice. And 2 paddocks. Okay. Now the paddocks do not cost actions. That's a great help. Alright, so Ed resigns here. So that's 2 for Canada. 2 out of 2. 2 from 2. So if Earl could keep this up, they need a couple more like that to put Canada on the board versus Poland. Alright, Big Kingdom time. Somebody has 5-2. Ed. They have to be happy. There's an upgrade on the board. And they're great 3 costs. Woo! Wishing Well and Watchtower. No plus actions though, so you have to be clever with your Wishing Well. Choice or Terminal is interesting. Do you take the plus buy? Do you take the remodel? We have exploration for some extra actions as well. So this is lucky coin, right? So you could upgrade your coins, your silvers, sorry, into 4 costs, which is not exciting. But then you could upgrade your up 4 costs into 5 costs, which are more exciting. And then you could top deck those upgraded things with Watchtower, draw into them with Wishing Well. I think early on you want Grove as your terminal for the plus buy. The boons might give you nice things, and then later, when it comes to province time, a remodel is a useful tool there. Alright. 5-2s are great opening here. Basically open and upgrade on silver. Can't really complain about that. There's the exploration into a Wishing Well, I would guess. Yeah, for Earl, both players with 6 on turn 3 here. I imagine this is a second upgrade. For Ed, they may consider Hireling, but I think the upgrade is better. Oh, they do take the Hireling, alright. Earl probably will take the upgrade considering they don't have any yet. Yep, and the Wishing Well shows up in a position where Earl has perfect knowledge of their deck. So silver, another silver, too bad, but you want the Wishing Well. You don't want to not have a Wishing Well is what I should say. So upgrade the estate into a well, and down comes the Hireling. Early Hirelings are good cards. Alright, so another well for Earl. So it seems like the players are contesting the wells, which means draw is limited. No player is going to have an overwhelming majority of wells. So these Hirelings, in the long run, could prove to be the difference in this game. Second Hireling for Ed here. What do they think about now? Do they get another Hireling? Do they get an upgrade? A Sacred Grove? What is the play here? What is the play? Another hireling is not crazy. It's also consistent with what they've been doing. Okay, so more silver and a third upgrade. The third upgrade is good, is useful. So upgrade into a wishing well here. Wishing well, guess copper is probably the most plentiful given their hand. And probably trashes the last estate. Okay, goes for a well. And probably another well. So Earl, if they take the well, will win the well split. That was hard to say. 6-4. No hirelings though, but more wells. Alright, upgrade to trash the estate probably into a well. Yes. Probably into a well, or no? Or do you prefer a watchtower? Estate into well, okay, the wells are empty now. Wishes for copper will reveal silver, and there's the end of the deck with 8 copper. So now here's another 6. Is it another hireling? And it is, alright. So I think Ed has some plans of upgrading these wells and then upgrading those 4 costs into other things. Earl gets a hireling of their own here. That is important, you do need it. Well, draw is important, right? You only need as much draw to get to a province. You can't really do better than province here. Double province is hard to build. You need the grove, you need lots of money, and you don't really have the draw to find all of that money all the time. Alright, so Ed hits the provinces. They are in a good position here. Earl will have to tread carefully to stay close to Ed in terms of VP. We'll have to tread carefully. Where's the hireling? Oof. The last 2 cards is silver and hireling. So you're supposed to wish for silver there, because if hireling was on top, the upgrade would have drawn it. Sorry. I assume this is the end of the lucky coin, but I could be wrong. No. No. I think you wait 1 turn with the lucky coin, because you want to put your hireling down, then trash the lucky coin for a grove, even a duchy, and then continue from there. Alright, triple hireling. I think province will be very easy for Ed to find. More difficult for Earl to find though. Those wishing wells, you have to be precise, and you have to guess intelligently with what is on top of your deck. Alright, estate trashed by Ed. I would guess a watchtower. Earl has a coffer stored as well, so... Oh, a fool. Huh. I wonder about this fool. Maybe the fool is good, actually. Alright, province. Earl has to keep up, because I don't think Ed is stalling anytime soon here. Alright, first well successful. Second well bust. And that might be it there. That might be it there. Maybe you have to take a duchy here, maybe. Yeah, it does take the duchy, alright. Because I think Ed could take all the other provinces. Three hirelings is a lot. And they have triple upgrade as well, so it's not like that deck is full of coppers. Those coppers will give way to silver. Yeah, perhaps this fool is better than the watchtower in the end game here. You got a lot of draw from the hireling, so you can easily discard on subsequent turns. Yeah, this is tough for Earl. No plus buy, no extra gain anyway. Moon, Earth, and Flame. Not the best, but not the worst. Probably uses the Flame. I wonder what you use. Ah, you use the Earth to discard the coin to gain a remodel. And that's how you end the game. Yeah, so Ed is in good shape here. I mean, the early upgrade is hard to deal with in general. Take some monument instead, that's fine too. Can't top deck the monument now. Okay. Alright, so here come the army of wishing wells. 4 of them played, I think 2 of them were successful. Well, at least 2 anyway. Upgrade, no wishing well. Wait, yeah, the Earl got 7 of them? Jeez. There's lucky coin down there. What else is down there? Coin and what? What is the last card? Copper. Oh no, they asked for copper. Oh no, they revealed copper, so it was copper, okay. So they get the remodel, yep. Buys the province, staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive. Oh boy, what a boon. Plus buy is valuable. So is this monument play. Yeah, I don't think Earl has enough to get out of this. Do not think Earl has enough to get out of this. Silver gain from the lucky coin is too overpowering. You'll never break. You'll never break. For every province you buy, you get a silver with it. Nice draws with the wishing well here for Earl. They probably want to do something like double duchy here. While still keeping enough money for province. So yeah, there's 1 duchy. But I don't think they have money for province now. They could upgrade the remodel and then buy another duchy. But even that is too... That loses. Even that loses. Because look at this. Just watch what'll happen here. They already have 4. Halfway to province. Without playing a single card. Then Lost in the Woods might give them money, might give them some draw. Nah. Doesn't give them anything. So here's well, probably guessing silver. Alright. Alright. Can't get rid of the fool at this point. Yeah, so the early hireling from Ed was good. Was good. I was talking about if that should be an upgrade or not, but they had an idea for the deck, hireling plus money, and it worked out for them. It was good planning, good play. Oh, I thought that was the last province. That wasn't, but it's effectively the end of the game. No way to get 12 points for Earl. I'm not even sure they could get 6 points. They built like how I would have built. I would have gone for the ocean well thing instead of the hireling and money because I don't really like money strategies. I like to build things, and you don't really feel like you build anything with with money. Oh look, me rich, me buy silver, me buy gold, me buy province, me win, ha ha. You know. I'm not criticizing anybody who plays money. Sometimes that's the best thing to do, and sometimes you could play it very well and win. But personally, I try to avoid those strategies, which is bad. You know, you watch a board, you should assess what you think is the best strategy. What will give you the most points in the least amount of turns, that kind of thing. Shouldn't completely rule out a playstyle just because you don't like it. Big kingdom. So this board, this kingdom, is missing plus action. It is missing draw. We have plus buy. We have a couple attacks. 3 attacks. The rogue, the jester, and the gatekeeper. Earl has opened up with a silver, holding a 2-1 lead halfway into the match here. This kingdom looks dry in the sense, you remember I was talking about money just now? And me buy silver, me buy gold, me buy province, me win. This is the kind of kingdom where that mentality will win you games. I don't see a good way to trigger Leprechaun reliably or at all. You never have more than 5 cards in your hand, and you still need to buy provinces. So those 5 cards need to be silver and gold or equivalents. So the actions that are important to look at, I think, are the attacks and maybe bridge. Maybe bridge. Bridge might let you sneak out province estate sometimes. Maybe. Crypt is also an idea. It's actually something worth thinking very carefully about. Crypt, you set aside 3-4 treasures, and then depending on your next 3 or 4 hands, you pull the treasure from the crypt that you think is most appropriate for that time. I feel like you would want a crypt here. You will hit 5 at some point. You should consider a crypt at that time. You should also consider Jester. Jester has the ability to junk your opponent. Oh, improve. Bridge for Earl. That's okay. Market Square improve for Ed. Okay, there's the Jester for Earl. I'm curious to see what Ed is doing. Another Market Square. Okay. Silver or Market Square? I don't see the point in the Market Square. I think silver is better, yeah, for what decisions you've made so far. Earl, improve. Gets a Jester of their own. Does not trade in the improve for anything. So, Jester hands out a copper, buys a gold. I assume they want the Market Square to line up with the improve so they could gain gold. Does that work? I guess it works. So here's bridge. Can buy gold. Can even buy gold estate if you feel the aqueduct is ripe enough. I don't think you buy the estate. Pearl Diver is, I guess it is better than nothing here. Alright, here's the improve. And I assume the improve gets traded in. But this is our one-time trick, right? Goes for the estate, okay? And gets our gold. That was a lot of work for our gold. Alright, this is 8. This is probably green time. Silver for Ed. And that'll, yep, give you 3 aqueduct points as well. Close to Ed's 4. Another gold for Ed. Alright, here's another province. Aqueduct points are level. So we didn't really find time for a crypt here. I didn't really see an opportunity to get a crypt. The gold, you want the golds first and the crypt. Ritual to trash the bridge for 4. Alright, alright. I thought you would keep that. Okay, Jester gains a silver. Very nice. Would you like a crypt now? No. Another Jester. That is also reasonable. First province for Ed. Taking a point off the aqueduct. So they had 1 more aqueduct point. Another gold for Earl. This is what looks like another province for Earl. Earl looking to be in a very good position, actually. They have a lot more money in their deck. And the lead. Alright, Jester hands out a copper. I wonder what you get on this bridge hand here. Doesn't look particularly good. And I don't think you want to buy silver to fatten the aqueduct for your opponent. Alright, never mind. Oh, silver and take the point. 2 points instead of 1. Oof. Discards the gold, gains it for yourself, and puts 1 on the aqueduct. Takes it off immediately with the province. That was a nice turn for Ed. Alright, coming down to the wire here. Who can get these provinces? Ed needs both of them. Earl probably just needs the 1. Ooh, ritual now, trashing a gold. Alright, Earl's still ahead. Ooh, hands out a curse with the Jester. Could be Duchy, could be ritual to trash the other Jester. I wouldn't. Yeah, there's the Duchy. 4 is ugly. But you could buy ritual and trash the province. That is +1 on the VP front. That is a +1. Opts for a bridge instead. Unlucky 7. But Ed is having much worse turns. Just ritual to trash the gold, is it? Yeah. Earl with the 10-point lead now. Probably now feels comfortable to take the penultimate province there. Ritual to trash the province. +1. You like curse? Take curse, says Earl. It's probably not what Earl is actually saying. It's just me saying it. With all these curses and trash and gold from the deck, will we see the end of the province, pal? I mean, eventually, right? Statistically, money must clump at some point. Do we see another ritual? Ed is in bad shape. They have to keep going for the ritual. But they don't want to trash gold either. Yeah, just takes the Duchy. Ritual to trash our gold. Alright, so... how many golds have been trashed? I feel like... okay, 3 of them. 6 of them have been bought in total. Ritual to trash a province, +1. Silver Estate. Wow, this got real scrappy real fast. Yeah. Both players are struggling to find money for the last two provinces. So we're going to have to pile out on something else. Duchies, estates, and curses, probably. Will we see a ritual province from Earl? Silver for the aqueduct. Yeah, just take the estate to take the point off the aqueduct. Probably will trash this jester. Is this more than 50% of the victory points here? Gives out a curse, so cannot go for the ritual. This is probably more than 50%. I don't think it has any way out. This is done. Dusted. Canada will take 3 games to 1, moving into the last 2 here. So they get at least half a point off of this match. Estates and duchy to close off, right? Somebody please buy a duchy. Please. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Earl, for buying the duchy. You could even buy a province. Don't buy the province. Don't buy a province and continue the. Okay, cool. Thank you. Whew. Thank you. Thank you. 8 curses. Most of them self-inflicted. Alright, game 5. Big kingdom, big kingdom, big cards, big cards. Castles. This is how you're represented. Academy. Ooh, never buy a village again. At the academy, we'll teach you how to never visit the villages again. For a one-time fee. Come to Dominion Academy. Yay! Alright, Edward first player. 4 coppers for both players. You have the mighty ghost ship, which will keep us here for an extra 10 minutes. At least. You have lots of draw. And you have trashing. You don't have a lot of plus buy. That is the ugly part. Well, that's not true. Scrap is plus buy, right? You could make your scraps be market squares if you want. Wayfarer will gain a silver. Scrap will scrap the silver into, action card buy, action coin buy, horse, I don't know. Anyways, Ed with the Envoy opening. Earl with the scrap on the 4. I like Ed. I like it more if it's silver. Okay, humble trashing hovel is okay. Forget into 5. And they get the 5. Earl goes for expedition to look for the 5. They get it. And so does Ed. So I expect that to be okay, go ship and hunting party. I thought one of them would have been academy. I could understand the ghost ship more than the hunting party though. Anyways, would you like the academy now? Please join the Dominion Academy. Hooray. Welcome the new admission to the Dominion Academy, Eddetektor. Woo! Alright, scrapping the necropolis. For what? You can only get one thing because it costs 1. Would you like a horse? A horse seems nice, yeah. And this is an expedition. Probably it was an expedition. Look at how much work this envoy has done and is only turn 5. It draws a lot of cards. 5 cards. Well, you get 4 of them, but you reveal 5. Buy something, reshuffle, go again. Look, hunting party, academy, ghost ship in 5 turns. That's incredible. Another hunting party for Earl. Earl, join the Dominion Academy. Lots of fun, and you could graduate in 2 years, and you never have to go back to the village. You never have to go back to the village with your knowledge gained from the Dominion Academy. So far, this ghost ship has not seen play, but eventually it'll come, and it'll hit Earl. Eventually. Watch, 2 and 7, and this is what, the 4th 5+ hand Ed has had. Tremendous amount of work, really. And now is non-terminal with the academy. So here, Eddetektor, I don't know, probably wants to think about Snowy, Scrap, Wayfarer, these cards to gain extra buy, to build up a little bit faster. Farming village, ooh, that's spicy. I didn't expect you to buy a farming village. Okay, plus buy, which means probably not going to the academy. Snowy and Wayfarer. Would you like a Wayfarer for half the price? No, half the price, but the full way. Expedition instead. Now this will make you cry. You bought an expedition. You thought you could see many, many things. Things of amazement and wonder. And this clown shows up, the Black Pearl, and says no. You don't get to see anything nice today. That is, as they say, very sad. Alright, so am I lagging, or is Ed thinking about what to do here? Really, am I stuck? Do I have to refresh the page? No, I don't want to refresh the page. Please. Dominion game, come back. Okay, cool, we're back. Top next 4 coppers, but the hunting party will skip past most of them. Whole deck in hand. Come on. Scrap, right? Scrap or Snowy? One of these two. So for example, you get the scrap here, you scrap your estate, you get a horse, you buy the Wayfarer for cheap, and then you move on. Alright, here's Snowy Village. But for Earl. Alright, yeah, this is going to be very painful for Earl now, because this ghost ship will come every turn. And that will hamper their turns. Hunting party does help. But you see here, it doesn't help a lot. You would have liked to have those extra 4 coppers in your hand now, huh? Could even lead with Envoy here, because you have the villagers, does lead with Envoy. Just to hide information about what is in the hand. Power of the Dominion Academy, the things you learn. The true lesson is, I can't tell you the true lesson, then you won't come to the academy. Alright, so they have the plus buy now. Will it be Scrap Wayfarer? Note Ed hasn't trashed anything from their deck except for the hovel on turn 1 or 2. Right? Just keep an eye on that. Earl, on the other hand, has trashed, but is in a worse position. It's instructive, you know? It's instructive. You have to understand why you're trashing, the impact of draw, things like that. This Envoy has been phenomenal. I cannot emphasize anymore how much work this Envoy has put in for Ed here. It got Ed to key price points. It helped him see those 5-cost cards quickly. And on top of that, the Academy just attaches a plus action to it effectively. As long as they keep buying actions, of course. The scrap can solve that problem, huh? You scrap your silver from the Wayfarer. You gain a horse with one of your 3 options, and then the Academy is always full of villagers. Okay, look, some more jokes to be made there. Alright, Ed thinking long and hard about this. I understand. You know, you have the advantage and you want to extend it now. You don't want to kind of spin wheels. Okay, they get the Wayfarer, not the scrap. That's okay. Alright. So playing out of this ghost ship hand with 2 hunting parties. Very nicely done. Scrapping the estate. The silver. Scrapping the silver. They probably want to replace that silver. And a horse. And nothing. They get the coin, but they don't need it because it was just for a Wayfarer. It's just for a Wayfarer at the end of the day. Lead Envoy again. Oh, Earl has clicked X because that hand was terrible and they didn't have any villagers. Yep. Yep. Apologies if you hear the folks upstairs. Alright. So yeah, this is the last one. Score is 3-2 in favor of Earl. Poland looking for half a point. Canada looking for a full point. They would love a full point here. Earl with first player on this kingdom. Look at this. Look at this. Bonfire and sewers. Would you like to trash everything from your deck in 2 turns? Yes, I would. Thank you. So we have some plus buy lacking here. That is probably the only thing that is missing. You have some actions, you have some draw. But you don't have the plus buy. So really once you could hit 8, you're fine. Once you could hit 8, you're fine. So Earl gets the goat herd. Which is interesting. Do they pair it with a sewers? So 5-2, yeah, they do go for the sewers. Alright. That's consistent. And okay, so Ed has the 5-2. Moat and treasure trove. Alright, chairs. No, that's reasonable. Completely reasonable, I understand. So here's the bonfire and trashes 2 coppers twisted. Woo! Chapel of the New Age. You like that? You like that chapel? That was a nice chapel, huh? And here's the goat herd missing the shuffle saying, oi, well, what do you want me to do now? Just trash 4 cards. That was my job. Alright, let's see how Earl progresses here. Ed has declared their intentions very clearly with that treasure trove. Ooh. So does get at sewers there. I would have I expected a second treasure trove, but I was wrong. This is a bonfire and trashing 2 estates. Earl gets the quarry. I wonder about that. So goat herd draws the whole deck. Here's the quarry. What would you like? A silver. That's not typically what people buy with quarries. Now I'm saying, well, okay, let's see, right? I don't have all the information. Let's see what the plan is. Alright, now Ed, back to Ed. The player with the treasure trove. More treasure trove. A hostelry with 3 horses attached to it. The goat herd is nice. You don't have to use your buy on trashing. You could just have the goat herd to trash slowly, but it'll get there. You know, you do 1 bonfire sewers, you're fine. Alright, so let's see what this silver was for. Right, because with the quarry and 3 copper in play last time, they could have bought any action they wanted to. Opted not to. And instead went for the silver. Okay, so it looks like this is our bonfire play happening. Yes. Trashing the other 2 coppers in the end. Alright, not a problem, mate. Earl nicks their last estate, probably draws the deck. Here is 5. Okay, so they're doing the treasure trove thing now, so probably the quarry was a mistake or a miscalculation or something. Because pursuing this part, they spent $4 on a copper. Hee hee. Alright, so Ed has a very thin deck with a treasure trove and a gold in it. Will they... What will they get here? They can't really bonfire. I mean, they could play the coppers and bonfire them. But then after that, I expect Ed to just click the province pile as many times as they can. So they do make that bonfire, and what I expect to be the last bonfire of the game for Ed. And they will probably green here, and green as second player. 5. Duchy. Province. Okay, they get rid of the 2 coppers. And buy a moat. Alright, yeah, Earl is just too far behind here. And then they kind of pivoted in between with the quarry, which cost them some time. So my prediction is this is going to end up with half a point each for Poland and for Canada. Treasure trove is too good. Well, here's our brick for Ed, though. Maybe Earl catches up with, you know, they draw into 2 gold or something. Alright, so Ed, what do you buy here with 4? You want to play the treasure trove, right? Do you get a ghost town to draw a little bit? Probably not. You got a goat herd, okay. Look at gold. Okay, 4 for you too. That is sad. That was an opportunity to catch up a little bit. Gets rid of 2 coppers instead. Here is $1 million on 1 buy, and here's $2 million on 1 buy. Here's no money on 1 buy. Kind of lopsided hands are these. Okay, so good. Goat herd will trash a copper. Sewers will trash another one. And here this goat herd will draw 2 cards. We have life. We have a contest. Well done to the goat herd. Alright, we're back. Now, Do you take the province, Ed, or not? Bricked at the wrong time. Takes the duchy. Earl goes for the gamble. Oh, it's not a gamble. It's not a gamble. Because Earl is first player. Ah, it switched back because of that brick turn. Okay, up to duchy. Oh, no, 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 no. No. It backfired. No. Alright. So it did end up with game 6 going to Poland. So 3-3. Half a point each to Canada and to Poland, respectively. Alright, so Canada A has started. I'll see how much of that I can cover. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.